Alright, so I'm in traffic again on the toll, so I just came to just remind everybody of something. So in the midst of all this political, social political upheaval that we've been facing in our country, you know, one thing is apparent, and that is that one side is willing to do what it takes to, you know, to not manifest their agenda, but bring their agenda to a full fruition. And you know, they will lie, cheat, steal, kill, destroy. They don't care. You know, they will burn down the businesses of the communities of the people that were quote unquote victimized. And, you know, all for what? You know, they say that we're fighting the system, but you're really fighting the person that's trying to keep the system out of their lives and all that. What's up, bro? So, you know, you got another side, all they do is just bitch and complain about what the other side is doing. You know, they'll cry, they'll point fingers, look what they're doing. And, you know, nothing. They, you know, they record videos of this one side whooping ass and nothing else happens. You know, it's just, there's no recourse for the atrocities being committed. And so, you know, you gotta ask yourself, what if both sides played the same way? Would the country burn down? Or will one side back down? Because right now, one side is backing down. Basically, one side is just employing bullying tactics. You know, a bully is gonna threaten people that they know that are not gonna fight back. That's how bullies work. So to beat up a bully, you gotta punch the bully in the mouth, and then once he falls, you gotta kick him in his face and stand over him and point at it and say, "Don't you ever in your life do nothing like that again." That's how you that's how you defeat a bully. It's all mental. So we had one side bullying everybody you know, emotionally. You know, they were like, if you don't take this this experimental injection, then we're gonna make your lives live in hell. You know, and I didn't see the response that was actually warranted. You know, that the other side, you know, does when they don't get their way. I didn't see that same response. Now, I did a video on my YouTube channel. I don't know which way I should take. Forget that. Let me see. I did a video on my YouTube channel about the science of mRNA technology. And it was like 21 minutes. I didn't get a lot of views, but you know, I got enough views. But it was informative. It was just trying to explain to everybody, you know, the science, the mechanisms, and all that. And you know, I released it like, I think in the midst of all this in 2020, and even more so now, I go back and watch it, it's more pertinent, because now the mainstream quote unquote authorities on these topics are releasing data saying that, oh, well, what the therapy did was actually hurt people. And you know, it's like there's no retribution for that, and people are just gonna let them get away with it. There's not gonna be protesting. There's not gonna be, you know, you're not gonna have people lining up in the streets stopping people from going to work. You're not gonna have none of that. Why? Because one side plays by the quote unquote rules. They try to take the moral high ground, and the other side tries to take the moral high ground, but they do underhanded tactics all the time, and they have no shame. So it's like, when the thing's gonna really change? This is a nation where people are supposed to have liberty. And, the First Amendment, which has been under attack, is freedom, not only freedom of speech, but freedom to protest. That's what January 6th was really all about. And that's what that's the narrative is like, oh, it was a riot. No, that was a protest. They were protesting their government. How do you protest the government? How? Well, you show up, at the government headquarters, and, you demonstrate. You show up in person, right? Isn't that how you protest anything? Or you can engage in civil disobedience. But, what happened on January 6th is those people, they let their voices be heard, that they were unhappy with what was going on in this country as far as the electoral process. They let their voices be heard. And was it successful? Everybody heard their voice. Everybody heard that they were unhappy. But what was their goal in that? What demands did they actually make? That's the thing. That's what people should ask these people. What demands were y'all making when y'all were protesting? And this is why you shouldn't just follow people. This is why, people develop these cults of personalities. And I would. Donald Trump is a person that lacks accountability, and that's just clear, because all this time, he never will humble himself for the sake of his followers. That's a leader. A leader has to be humble. As a leader, if you're not humble, you're unqualified to lead. And a lot of people were following this man, and he clearly had no humility. I mean, just imagine a woman being married to an arrogant jerk, and every time he messed up, he just put his hands off like, well, I don't know, that wasn't me. The woman would be a fool to keep following him. And that's what a lot of people there's a cult of Trump. And that's what a lot of these people do. And you try to ask them, why do you like him? A lot of people be like, well, I just like him. I like how he talks. Like, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. I voted for Trump. I had my reasons why I voted for Trump. But am I a follower of Trump? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? So, but back to the whole civil disobedience and protest. That my point is, January 6th was all about people trying to make their voice heard, but they made no demands. Now you see these people in the street talking about no justice, no peace. If we don't get justice, there's going to be no peace. That's their demand. And a lot of municipalities folded. Rest assured, a lot of municipalities were actually being led by a bunch of executives that were that had ulterior motives. So that's the thing is, it's like nothing's gonna change. Like all the crimes against humanity that these people committed in the past 3 years or 2 years, they're gonna get away with it because the people are gonna let them get away with it. That's why. I'm gonna say this though. I don't know. You know, there's a lot of good things that happen in the world that never get televised, because the things that are televised for the demoralization of the populace, so people can start feeling hopeless. When people feel hopeless, they're open to anything, and they're less prone to fight. When you're hopeless, you kind of just lay down and die. I was telling this young lady yesterday that depression is just a prolonged sense of hopelessness. You just don't know what to do, so you just take it. You know what I'm saying? So things got to change, and the only way things are going to change is if people take action. What that action is, you decide. Anyway, traffic cleared up, so I'm gonna be on my way. I'll holler at y'all.